Hello, my name is Reverend Catherine Bliss. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Dayton, where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. Here we teach that heaven and hell are states of consciousness that we experience in this lifetime. We are the architect of our life, and it is never too late to know true happiness. We teach qualities and values like oneness and compassion and love. We honor you and all people wherever we are on our spiritual journeys. Our vision is to awaken to the spiritual magnificence of ourselves, our one humanity, and our planet Earth. Our mission is to transform ourselves and transform the world. We are a community of love that supports all people in experiencing real transformation. And now I'd like to invite practitioner Andy Hawk as she does our invocation in our reading of world religion statements.
Thank you, Reverend Catherine. So let's just all turn within, connect with that divine presence. And I know that we are one. I know that wherever you are, wherever we are, I know whenever you might be accessing this broadcast, that we are still one. For God, Spirit, divine presence is bigger than time and bigger than space. And we are one and one community across all of time and space. And so I know us being one and being manifestations of that one divine, that this service that we are creating together today is God in manifestation, and it's filled with all of God's goodness. That it's filled with love and wisdom and clarity, understanding, enlightenment, inspiration, and that it is filled with true community, that even across time and space, we are a community that is here to manifest, to express, to be God in action. And I'm just really very, very, very thankful that we have our opportunity to be one with God, one with each other, to be this community, and to be here today co-creating this wonderful service. And I release this all into the law, the creative medium that always says yes, that always returns whatever is put into it. And I release this, let it be, and so it is. Now we're going to do our world religion statements. And as we do these, as I read the 7 statements, I'll put a video on here of one candle. And that candle symbolizes the oneness, the fact that although these are 7 statements from 7 different religious traditions, that we are all one. The first reading honors Judaism. When we are depleted of our own resources, we are incapable of providing for those around us. The second reading is in honor of Christianity. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure. Our third reading is in honor of Buddhism. Let the past make you better, not bitter. Our fourth reading is from Native American tradition. Looking behind, I am filled with gratitude. Looking forward, I am filled with vision. Looking upward, I am filled with strengths. Looking within, I discover peace. Our fifth reading is in honor of Taoism. Do the difficult things while they're easy, and do the great things while they're small. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. Our sixth reading is in honor of paganism. We cannot reach higher levels of spiritual consciousness until we find harmony within ourselves. And our final reading honors Science of Mind. From our founder, Ernest Holmes. Stop trying, stop struggling. Begin to be calm, to trust in the higher laws of life. Even though you do not see them, they are still there. And next, we've got our first song. This song is called One Big Family, and it's by Gary Floyd and Jamie Lula.
Sing it if you know it. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one. One big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Sing it. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
In this science, we believe that our life is a drama which takes place on three planes: the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. Transcendence involves rising above the physical levels of experience and existence, arising beyond conditions in the world of effects into the realm of spirit. Spiritual existence is a fact, and spirituality may be defined as an atmosphere of good, the realization of God. And now I'd like to bring back Reverend Catherine for our wonderful weekly message.
Thank you, Andy. Excuse me. So this month, we are rising higher to gain a greater understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe, pushing past our comfort zones, using our understanding in innovative ways to advance us forward, while including the benefit from the wisdom and experiences we gained along the way. We rise. Today's message is Transcend and Include. We are called to transcend our old paradigms of being and including only those elements that are life-supporting and serve the evolution of our consciousness. Our statement from Center for Spiritual Living's global vision is, we envision a worldwide culture in which forgiveness, whether for errors, injustices, or debts, is the norm. Compassion is the practice of the principle of oneness. Compassion respects and honors the true nature of all life, and that includes us. It is claiming the same good for others that we accept for ourselves. Forgiveness is a significant way to practice compassion. Excuse me. This quote is paraphrased from the Science Mind magazine from August 1962. Spirituality may be defined as an atmosphere of goodness, truth, beauty, harmony, and reality. Such an atmosphere comes in such a degree as one comes to believe, understand, and make use of the invisible presence. To be spiritually minded is to be whole-minded. To be whole-minded is to be holy. It means we realize the complete unity of God and all of its creation. It means that we understand the complete unity and close relationship to all of life, and that we are individually responsive alike to everyone. We are commingled like the water in the ocean. It is impossible to determine where one drop begins or ends, because there's no separation of individualized expressions in the one. Forgiveness transcends our differences and enables us to live in integrity. Forgiveness is the path to personal integrity, healing, and wholeness. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said, "We are told that God will forgive us after we have forgiven others." This is a direct statement and one that we should ponder deeply. Can God forgive until we have forgiven? If God can work for us only by working through us, then this statement of Jesus stands true and is really a statement of law of cause and effect. We cannot afford to hold personal animosities against the world or any individual member of society. He goes on to say, forgiveness means reconciliation in spite of estrangement. It means reunion despite hostility. It means acceptance of those who have been unacceptable. It means receptive of those who are rejected. forgiveness is unconditional, or is not forgiveness at all. Without a transcendent vision of the human person, without the vital link to God, there can be no true human development. This was inspired by 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 1 through 8. Our inclusion of more and different cultures, points of view, and individualized expressions of humanity create expanded, stronger, and more inclusive atmospheres within our centers and our movement. Transcending ourselves with the recognition that we are all intertwined like a garment of destiny advances us towards the vision of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s beloved community. King's version of the beloved community is best explained by this quote: "We are tied together in a single garment of destiny, caught in an inescapable network of mutuality." This statement lays his assumption that human existence is social in nature, and the solidarity of the human family is essential. And I'm going to repeat that. This statement lays his assumption that human existence is social in nature, and the solidarity of the human family is essential. This story by Sharon Fletcher further defines our message today. It was the first day at school. I felt nervous and scared. I went to all of my classes with no friends. It felt like no one cared. I listened anxiously to all the lessons that waited, and I waited for that first lunch break at 1 p.m. Then finally the bell rang. It was time to talk and have fun. In the lunch line, I met a new friend who wore a hijab on her head, and though I'm Jewish, we got along fine. And I was so relieved when she said, "Sit with us at our table." She pointed to the one next to the door. So I agreed, and I took my tray, and I was about to walk across the floor with her when suddenly I felt a nudge. "Hey, I saw you on the bus," said a tall girl in a long skirt. "I see your Jewish star necklace. You should sit with us." At that moment, I looked around, and that's when I noticed, to my surprise, the nations of the world isolating themselves. That's what I saw through my own eyes. The Spanish only sat with Spanish, the Hindus only with Hindus, the Russians always with the Russians, and never the Arabs with the Jews. I saw the reason why war gets started. Everyone sticks to their own kind. The lunchroom was a map of the world. Why was everyone so blind? And so I turned down the scroll, and I went with the first, and there was no animosity. I built a bridge between two worlds when I sat with those different from me. So the question is, what can we do to actualize the beloved community? To live our espoused values and the principle of oneness, we must transcend any illusions of separation. Our ability to transcend enhances our ability to be more inclusive. Here are some traits of the beloved community and things that we can do. Recognize and honor the image of God in every human being. That's you, that's me, all of us, every human being. Exhibit personal authenticity, true respect, and the valuation of others. Speak truth in love, always considering ways to be compassionate with one another. Blend faith and action to generate a commitment to creating a world that works for all. Let each of us help bring the beloved community into existence in our centers, communities, society, and in the world. It is through the critical mass of individuals who have transcended the world of conditions and effects through their individualized consciousness that the beloved community can be realized. This requires spiritual transcendence, where one can experience the sacred, where these experiences affect one's perception, feelings, and the ability to transcend one's difficulties, and increases one's capacity to express compassion and forgiveness to others. Our Jewish brothers and sisters are celebrating Yom Kippur, also known as Day of Atonement. It is the holiest day of the year for the Jews. It is the central theme are atonement and repentance. Jews traditionally observe this holy day within a 24-hour period of fasting and intensive prayer. Yom Kippur completes the annual period known in Judaism as the High Holy Days. The entire world is God's message of love to us. Yom Kippur is the time when we are most open to receive this message. And that was a quote by Rabbi Noah Weinberg. So let's just take this now, this inclusion into prayer, where I recognize that there is one presence, one power, and that this power is love, which is the greatest. None are greater than love. And so I recognize that this divine presence, the creator of all that is seen, all that is unseen, exists within me, and it exists within 8 billion people on this planet. That God created everything from itself, and God created out of joy and out of love. And it created in multiplicity. It created in diverse ways. No blade of grass is exactly the same as any other. No grain of sand is the same. If you look closely at it, it has its own unique expression, its own unique form and shape. And so all of these individuals are on this planet and shaping the diversity of spirit. That spirit can express itself fully and completely as each individual, and yet it is this wonderful, wonderful artistic expression of spirit of God. And so nothing is the same, and yet we are all one humanity, one life, one presence. And so I celebrate the diversity and inclusion, that compassion and love for everyone I meet this day, regardless of the seeming appearance of differences. Yes, we are different, and yet we are the same. We are human beings in this spiritual realm of life. And so I rise above the physicalness and I move into the spirit, which is in my heart. And I see this spiritual truth in everyone I meet on this day. That is my practice, to honor and to love and to respect everyone, regardless of their appearance or their ideas or their culture. We are here to celebrate life and to do it in such a way that we honor all people in all places at all times. And so I am so grateful to know that love is truly the greatest power, that spirit is the creator of all life. And so I give great thanks, knowing this truth this day. I celebrate life in its absolute fullness, in its beauty, in its wholeness. And yes, in all its different cultures, it adds to who and what we are. Individualized expressions of the one presence of God. I celebrate that. Won't you celebrate that with me today? So I now release this prayer into that creative medium that we call the law, which then produces exactly what's impressed upon it, what's put into it. It is what this law does. It is what this creative medium of spirit does. And so I simply release it and let it be and let it go. And I say, amen, and so it is. Thank you. And now I believe we are moving to a time for our conscious giving. And it is really important that we do the work that we do in the world. And so we call this conscious giving, giving from the place of joy. So there are several ways to provide your gift to Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton. You can do that by mail. You can text. And through our website, you can also give right now by selecting the donate button on Facebook or YouTube. And if you would please, now place your gift over your heart. And let me read this wonderful statement by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Prosperity is the outpicturing of substance in our affairs. Everything in the universe is for us. Nothing is against us. We must know that everywhere we go, we meet friendship, love, human interest, and helpfulness. Life is ever giving of itself. We must receive, utilize, and extend this gift. Success and prosperity are spiritual attributes belonging to all people, but not necessarily used by all people. Thank you. And now I'd like to bring practitioner Andy Hawk back for a couple of announcements.
Thank you, Reverend Catherine. We'll be doing a couple of certificated classes that will be offered online this fall. The first is from practitioner emeritus Marge Russell, who will be teaching Change Your Thinking and Change Your Life. This will be a 5-week course starting September 14th from 7 to 8 p.m., and the registration is only $45. The other is a course that I will be doing with practitioner Michael Morrison, and we'll team up and teach Revealing Wholeness, which is a 7-week class starting September 16th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Registration is $99. And all class registrations and event details are available on our website calendar. Scholarships are also available. Please do not let money be an issue here. It can stop you from learning and transforming your life. And if you'd like prayer, please use our prayer line, which is 937-343-5855. You can call that number or you can text it. You can also request prayer at our website, which is www.cslgd.org. So please reach out to our practitioner corps. We are here to help you. And now I'll welcome Reverend Catherine back.
Yes, thank you so much, Andy. So we're going to do our affirmation, and then we're going to do a closing song. So our affirmation is, I transcend the totality of all, inclusion made manifest. Let it be all right. Michael Beckwith.
Of the God light. We're talking star power. We're talking power of the cosmos. And that we are here to beam this light of ours to such a degree that we're becoming aware of what's seeking to express itself through you. Feel your freedom right now. You are free today in this moment. This God light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Basis, where am I coming from? This will purify your motivation. Your motivation to one, wake up, and two, to be a beneficial presence on the planet, to give your gifts. With that motivation, underlying every action that you take, you are to boldly go where no woman or no man has ever gone before. You're coming from plenitude and abundance. You lack nothing. Nothing. You have star power. You are the way the stars look back at themselves. You have star power. With that motivation underlying every action that